one of the things that we came across during the discussion with some of the MSMEs was, uh, about their understanding about, say, bookkeeping, or understanding about the digital things which have come in, like there are digital signatures. Now, do banks see a role in providing a financial literacy or a digital literacy? The reason I say this is because if you ask any MSME founder, he immediately refers it to his CFO. Even if suppose there are compliances to be done, his digital signature is with someone, and that is being used for doing all kind of transactions. Now, do you see here a bank playing any role? What is your perspective?
So because from a medium enterprise perspective, they will have CFOs, but mostly from a smaller and micro enterprise perspective, the promoter himself or herself is the CFO, COO, CEO, and whatever else you want to call them. So you're right. So they don't refer it to the CFO, but they refer it to their chartered accountant.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And most of the time, even the banks are dealing with their chartered accountants, and you're right on that aspect. So a lot of again, this comes back to the ecosystem, right? Everybody needs to play their part, right? From a banking perspective, I can see last 3 to 5 years, banks are doing a lot in terms of engaging the MSME sector. And why are they doing it is, because this was one of the sectors which lagged behind. Retail was doing very well for the last 2 decades. Corporate bank was always, doing pretty well. This was something which was lagging behind. And now, if you see all the policy measures of the government, right, they are aimed towards this. If you see the regulatory, aspects as well, whether it is today, on the PSL asset, or, because earlier banks could onboard and sell, right? Today you have to onboard and keep it on your books because you have to meet these norms as well. So all this is helping as a bank also, if you look at it from a Deutsche Bank perspective, and like I said, many organizations must be doing this, right? We do engage in a lot of activities here. We have curated, a monthly newsletter with CRISIL, right, which goes to all our MSME clients as well as, our prospective clients as well, and the other clients, wherever, we have data available with them. It's a monthly newsletter. It has all micros, industry specialists talking about certain, segments on a monthly basis and so on and so forth, on digital literacy and so on and so forth. We've appointed advisors, external advisors who do seminars and webinars, right, with our customers, talking them through export-import documentation, which are the markets available for their particular products and so on and so forth, right? In good old times, pre-COVID, we used to do these small events, about 70, 80 events in a year across all our branches, where we used to call 30, 40, MSME customers over drinks and dinner, right? Get an economist there, get some industry specialists there, who used to talk about, and obviously they used to engage with each other also. So a lot of literacy comes when you do networking amongst yourself as well. So, like I said, it's about the ecosystem, right? Everybody is doing their part now. Is it enough? The answer is no. You can always do much more, right? But has the journey started? I think, it has started because all government regulators, banking partners, banking correspondents, everybody, in fact, is now, your payment banks, wallets, everybody is providing this kind of literature. And why talk about MSMEs? Go to any pawn shop, like you mentioned. Today you can pay even a 10 rupee pan or a 15 rupee cigarette, through Google Pay or Paytm or whatever else. So look at the kind of literacy and what I mentioned, sterilization of the cash economy, which is happening very, very quickly, right? I think India that way is doing far better. But I kind of agree with Ashu. There are certain segments which have got left behind, and I think we need to do much more there, right? They can get our GDP catapulting, many times over. Even our 5 trillion dream of 5 trillion being a 5 trillion economy in 2026. I think if we get to those segments correctly, I think we are there.